Man, let me start off by first saying shout out
Let me teach you how to
and
vibe.
all the Oklahoma fans. I knew it was gonna be a tough game. If y'all watched the CFB prediction I had, it pretty much was exactly how I expected the score to end up. I had 34-17, Bama pulling away late, but it wound up being 34-24. Didn't agree with Brent Venables kicking right there. I would have rather them went down and tried to score and gave themselves a couple more shots, like kicking a 50-yarder after you just missed a 50-yarder was kind of crazy. Stephen B said they not like us. I'm gonna give Oklahoma credit because like they came out and they was choking us out and they got out their game plan. I mean, if it wasn't for the guy fumbling a clean punt without it getting blocked, a pick six where he just saw a ghost for a second that got us back in the game.
You how to vibe.
You know, it took a drop touchdown on a deep post pass on a missed tackle on a sack for probably would have been a 15-yard loss. Mateer played. I just thought OU when the game got back close, when Bama tied it back up, I thought OU got out of that game plan and stopped running Mateer because they was coming out in that trips formation and they would motion into a 5 wide with 2 tight ends.
Let me teach you
or a
how
tight
to
end and a
vibe.
running back, and they was giving the extra man. And Mateer was hurting us that way. That way, when they actually did pass, he had all the time in the world the first half. And then you got to give it to to the coaching staff of Alabama, really switching it up and just saying, you know what, if they beat us, but we got to send the dogs. I mean, Womack switching it up. Some of those dropout looks where they didn't know who was coming. Defensive line drops sometimes the safety drops, sometimes the cornerbacks come. That was a heck of a game though. Lock kick, number one shoe plug in the city. Adamel Stephen B. She B Walker now. Becker. Congrats on y'all on the Anna to get a beat down. Now we actually headed to the Rose Bowl, man. If y'all got a rose emoji, drop a rose emoji. I think Bama playing with house money right now. We not the number 1 seed. We don't got the Heisman Trophy winner. We don't got a former Bama Nick Saban son, a disciple, Kurt Signetti with a big check sitting out there. We got no pressure. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got no pressure, man. He said what they gonna say now, Roll Tide instead of Moss. It's Bernard. Yeah, Bernard. I had to put this on the screen. I was gonna post a picture of the kicker, but I thought that's unfair. You know, that kicker been going crazy all year for Oklahoma, and people are gonna make fun of that guy, and he might be the best kicker in the country. He just had a bad night. A lot of pressure to put on him on that second one after he missed one to kick another 50-yarder. I thought they should have tried to score. Roll Tide swish. Bama money line versus Indiana. OU is the worst case of Fool's Gold, down 0-5 in the CFP. I ain't gonna say that. I just say like they came out and did everything they wanted to do to get the game going, and got out of it. They kind of beat themselves to let us back in the game, and then once it was like Bama had control, you know, you just kind of had this feeling like
you how to
OU
vibe.
have enough offense, because I mean they got Mateer going early. They was doing 5 wide, giving him time to throw the football. He got out of some sacks and made some plays. Their defense was playing. Glad OU got beat. They want to check where's Texas. Ah, man. Crazy. Man, but shout out to all the OU fans, man. I thought this was an incredible game, a game of big swings. OU coming out early, really felt like they had Alabama on the ropes for the knockout blow, and special teams not getting the punt off. and allowing Bama to get back in it. Huge fourth down call when Bama could have kicked the field goal to go down 17-3. They went for it. And the freshman Brooks made an incredible play, made 3 people miss and scored. Then, of course, you got the special teams play. And then Bama got it tied up. Then went ahead, 24 unanswered points against Oklahoma on the road in Oklahoma. You got to give Bama credit for that. And then you still got to give Oklahoma credit for, like, when Bama had them down 10 in the second half, for them fighting to cut it back to 3. And then Bama extending their lead late, and Oklahoma missing 2 field goals down the stretch. I still would have liked to see Bama be able to run it at the end and run the clock out without the defense having to come back on the field to even be in a position where they could kick a field goal and kick an onside kick and potentially get it and beat us. But 28 rushing yards for Bama and 55 for Oklahoma. And you look at the box score. This was a game that the special teams and turnovers was the difference in this game. Mateer was 26 of 41, 307 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. He had 19 carries for 15 yards. So it's like, as much as he was picking up yards early, he was getting sacked late, what kind of messed up his averages. And then Bama, 25 carries for 28 yards. Like, these 2 defenses came to play at the line of scrimmage and really shut down the ground game. Ty Simpson was 18 of 29, 232 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Ty did a good job of not turning it over. That pick 6 to Xavier Brown, which that's his second in a big game. He kind of reminds you of the Tennessee game all over again. But and then Jam Miller with the fumble, being able to recover it back because he got blown up. I don't know why these running backs continue to leave their feet, because these safeties and DBs are good at putting their helmet right on the football. So that that pick 6 that he threw before half, and that fumble on that punt was probably the biggest swings in the game outside of Jeremy Bernard making this catch right here, which was this was just a circus catch. That's one of those things when you say, like, big time players make big time plays, and jumping over the backup corner and just basically like David Tyree putting it on his helmet, pause, and catching and turning around and getting to the ground with the football without losing, because he dropped one wide open earlier in the game, and it was good to see him bounce back and make that play. So Bama's some monsters. I don't think we the monster we used to be, but Bama's still talented, and I was happy that the coaches made adjustments and decided, like, let's put the game in the players' hands, and send some blitz, get after Mateer, make him make some decisions. Don't let him sit back there comfortable and just pick us apart, as he was picking us apart first half without any pressure on him. He was back there in the pocket just bouncing around, and you can't let a guy like that, with his mobility, his playmaking, like, he's not an accurate guy, but like, he's a guy that just like is tough and is a good playmaker. He said he'll give you a lot of good, but also give you a pick 6 type. And on that pick 6, I just think it was a miscommunication that when Bama did start blitzing him, he was trying not to take a sack and was trying to get it out hot before the end of half. And the receiver just never turned around, because the safety was at the line of scrimmage and he bailed out right before the snap. So you could kind of tell, like, his eyes is just seeing that safety bail out, thinking that the blitz was coming hot, and he did what you should do, is throw right at the blitz, and then he threw right at it, but he didn't see Brown kind of jumped the route and took it to the house. Then made him miss and scored. Just that roll tide, that block punt started the whole thing. I think what started the whole thing was Brooks on that fourth down. Bama could have played it safe and kicked a field goal right there on the road. They went for it on 4th down in the red zone, and you get a freshman who makes a catch in a tight window, makes 3 people miss and dives, does a Superman dive, spinning around like a Karate Kid into the end zone. I think that kind of set the tone and say, like, this is the time, like, if it now or never, and you go from fourth down in the red zone to being stopped and being down 17-0 to 17-7. Then the fumble punt, then the pick six. You know, so you had three huge swings where they could have got off the field in the red zone, and then they could have punted and made us actually work for it. And then, you know, they could have went in the half and got a field goal and still been up. But then the seven, you know, Bama gets the pick six, and then, you know, it's an even game at that point. Then Bama comes out the second half and gets a big time touchdown. So, you know, that's what you want to see. That was that's championship fight. Which player you was impressed with? From Bama, the player I was impressed with was Brooks. I mean, come on, he's a true freshman that when Ryan Williams is not making plays and Bernard was dropping passes, Horton was dropping passes early on. You know, he beat the safety. They got him matched up on safeties a couple times on those corner routes, those deep outs, and he put in work. That's who I was most impressed with, Brandon, because he's a true freshman. When you think of Bama, you start hearing Jeremy Bernard, Ryan Williams. You start hearing those names, and then you don't think a true freshman Brooks is going to be the one that made so many big plays. Momentum swing was for sure crazy. He said Oregon going to win it all for the first time in 130 years. Okay, I got you. Y'all need to worry about who y'all got in front of y'all. Just don't lose to James Madison at home. Ty played a good game, no time. And when he got hit, I thought he was going to fumble, but he did a good job of holding on to it, because last time he fumbled that same look where he didn't see the double-sided pressure coming off his right side, which usually you think a blind side is the left side, but his blind side seems to be his right side. They said hopefully Miami and Texas A&M will be good. Man, I would love for that game to be a classic. Yeah, I mean, Hendricks. I mean, Oregon hasn't won a championship since the inception of football. You just need to worry about not losing to James Madison, bro. Mr. Bad Take living up to it. I thought he was gonna fumble the way he got hit, because I don't think he's seen the edge rusher. I think the edge rusher should have been going strictly for the ball, because I don't think Ty seen him at all. You feel me? You feel me? Hendrix don't. Hey, my dog C with the 200 star bomb. Dragon Stickers in the chat, man. Appreciate the love and support. Hey, man, if y'all ain't already hit that like, comment, share, tap into the daily content. If you're on Facebook, hit that like, share, and follow. Daily football content drops every day. If you're watching on YouTube, 8 a.m. every morning, Shop Talk podcast goes up. Make sure y'all like, comment. You got picture over there. And then if you're watching on Twitch, Amazon Prime, you can sub to the channel free once a month if you got Amazon Prime. If you don't use it on me, use it
Let
on
me
another
teach you
content
how to
creator. Don't let it
buy.
go to waste. It's free. And then if you're not watching on any of those, you should be watching on Kick. Up to 50 emotes free you can use in the channel. No ads, as well as it's got picture in picture. So tap in with me. And if y'all don't see me live on Facebook and YouTube late nights, we on Kick and Twitch, because we can watch game film and listen to music and do a few more things. But for sure, tap in with the daily football content. We have the mailbag as well. So if y'all have questions, y'all could drop them in there. And then one time a week, I'll put those all together and drop those.